Alright guys, I wanted to make a video today about something I've been thinking about, because I go through highs and lows, hills and valleys and stuff, and I'm not perfect and neither is anyone else, but I just wanted to make a video on how to be great. And I guess great may not even be the best word, but just how to be really good at something. Even when you're not, even when you're the biggest piece of shit out there, how do you be great when you're a piece of shit? Well, the first thing you have to do is just come to the conclusion that the universe doesn't give a fuck about you. No one, nothing, anywhere throughout history gives a shit about you, right? So once you have that mindset, you're like, okay, no one cares about me, then it's just fucking me. It's just me against me, or me against the universe, both. And you also have to think that, the universe only cares about you when you're doing something good with your time. The second you're no longer doing anything productive that adds value to society and the universe and history, it quits caring about you. The universe only cares about what you're doing, not about even what you did. You could have created fire or electricity or the telephone or cars or the internet. The universe does not give a fuck. It really doesn't. It's like, okay, you made the internet, great. What have you done for me lately? Oh, you created artificial intelligence? Great. What have you done for me lately? So once you have that mindset that it is a never-ending battle of you against you and you against the universe, then you can start to win. So how do you actually do it though? Is the first thing is you have to figure out what it is that you want to do, that you can contribute to. And so the best way to do it, literally just get out a pen and a piece of paper and make 4 columns. And one's going to be things you love to do, things you're good at, things you can make good money at, not just money, good money at, and things the world needs. And the reason I say those is because, one, you want to do what you love to do, because if you're not doing what you love to do, it's going to get hard at some point and you're going to want to quit. And if there's nothing there to draw you to it, you're going to quit. You have to be good at it. If you just, and I'm not saying you have to be the best at it right away. You will have to work and grind at it to get going and get good at it. But eventually at some point you have to be good at it, because if you're not good at it, you also won't love what you're doing. And then you have to make money. There has to be some kind of contribution back to you. And so you gave something, so the market, the universe, society, whatever, gives back to you. And so now that you have some self-worth. And then you have to do something the universe or the world needs. Universe, world, society, whatever, history needs. And you do that so you also know that you're contributing to society. And so just write down as many as you can in all 4 sections. And when you have one thing that's in all 4 sections, that's your life purpose. That's your calling. That's what you're supposed to be doing with your life. And from there on, for the rest of your life, that's everything you should be focusing on. So, now you know the thing you're supposed to be doing. Well, you got to ask yourself, well, where am I at now? And what do I need to be here? And you have to look at every aspect of life. You have to think emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, family and friends, relationship-wise, financial, community, all that stuff. And grade yourself 1 to 10 on each. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. And be honest with yourself, because it's like going to the doctor. If you're not honest with the doctor can't help you. Well, you're the fucking doctor. You know your problems, so you already know the answer. The question is, what do you need to do to fix the problem? All right, what do you need to do to be a 10? So, grade yourself on a 1 to 10 scale and say, okay, well, what do I need to do emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, relationship-wise, community, all that stuff to be better, to be a 10? And we all know that perfection isn't ever truly attainable, because as soon as you hit what you consider a 10, now the goalpost has moved. So now that 10 has become a 5, and there's a new 10, and so on, and so on. Once you get to the top of the hill, there's just another fucking hill. This is how you become hardened and how you become, disciplined. So then now you know what you need to do for every aspect. Well, so now you need to figure out, well, what do I need to do on a daily, weekly, monthly, annual life basis to actually achieve it? So then write this down. Take a sheet of paper and write every hour of the day. And then write, okay, from this time to this time I sleep. From this time to this time I wake up, and maybe first 10, 20 minutes, whatever, you just kind of like, just kind of wake up and let your brain fog wear off and, kind of open your eyes, whatever. And then you say, okay, for, this time to this time, I'm going to meditate. And from this time to this time, I'm going to check the news. And from this time to this time, I'm going to check my finances. And this time to this time, I'm going to work out. And this time to this time, I'm going to work. This time, I'm going to eat, and I'm going to eat healthy. And be specific on all the things that you're doing throughout those times. It's not just like, oh, I'm going to work out. Okay. What specific exercise? How many reps? How many sets? When you go to work, what are you going to do that day? What tasks and stuff do you have to do? And the times that you have to do those tasks. Be very, very specific, right? So you start thinking about, okay, these are the things I need to do at these times to do them. And then you do the same thing for weekly, okay? Every Monday I do this, or Sunday I do this, or Saturday or Friday, whatever. I have date night, I have family night, I go grocery shopping, I mow the yard, whatever. Like, you have your weekly task things that you have to do. And then same for monthly, monthly, I don't know, maybe you, donate your time at homeless shelters. I don't know, whatever. And if there's any time there's things you don't know, there's this really badass tool that you can use to help you find any of the answers you're looking for. It's called Google. So look that shit up if you don't know. Same with annual, okay? You need to make your resolutions. You need to redo your life purpose stuff that we're talking about, because I redo it once a year. People do resolutions. Well, resolutions just like, I'm going to eat healthier, I'm going to exercise, I'm going to do such and such. And they fail because they're not specific on, what they want, how to get it, like the agenda, the goals, the task, all that stuff. And so now that you kind of have, also you do that for your life. So maybe there's a bucket list you have. You want to go skydiving, you want to go write a book, you want to, whatever. Like, you have your task that you want to do by the end of your life. That's all fine and dandy and everything. So now you have your life purpose, your goals, what all aspects you want to do in life. And then you have your tasks, daily, weekly, monthly, annual. And I don't do biannual every 2, 3, 5 years out like that, because I can't really seem to see out in the future more than a year. So now I do have things I might want to do my whole life, but I can't really see, like, I can't really kind of predict too much more into the future than a year. Maybe some people can, maybe y'all are better than that, but I just can't seem to do it. So anyways, you know, that's how you get better. And I know that sounds like a lot. It sounds like, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of hard work, and it sounds like it sucks and it's boring and it's hard. And yeah, it is. Every bit of that. It's boring, it's hard, it sucks, everything. But you know what? You have to have discipline. And there's a famous quote, my favorite quote of all times. I don't know who originally said it, but discipline is doing the things you hate to do like you love to do them. Now, the first person I ever heard say that was Mike Tyson, but I'm sure he heard it from Cuss, and Cuss heard it from someone else, and blah, blah, blah. You know, probably goes back to like Socrates or some shit. Anyway, you know, having discipline is doing the things you hate to do like you love to do them. And you know, some people may say, well, that sounds like you're a little OCD, and you know, you're a little, you know, you have, obsessive compulsive disorder and stuff like that, and that may be true. But I don't let anyone stop me from what I'm going to do. Like, I have a very serious mindset. When I want something, I'm going to get it. You're not going to stop me. I'm an immovable object, and I don't even care if I'm an unstoppable force, and I don't even care if you're an immovable object. I'm eventually going to power through you, because I'm going to outwork you. I'm going to outsmart you. I'm going to whatever. And so, you know, some people may say, well, that's oppositional defiance disorder. And I think other people put all these labels on you saying, you know, you're this or you're that, because they don't want you to be better than them. They just see you as weird and quirky and stuff. What they don't see is that you're so obsessed with this passion to grind this hard, nothing is going to stop you. Not a damn thing. Nothing in the world could stop you. Nothing can stop you, even if it wanted to. Like, the universe can't stop me. That's when you go back to that, like, the universe, you know, doesn't care about you. Well, I don't care about the universe, because I'm gonna do what I want. And so if you just have that mindset and you just grind and grind and grind, you will, you know, you'll get to where you want to be, you know. And even if you don't, like, you dream so big to do this crazy, you know, goal and accomplish whatever, that even, you know, the old saying is shoot for the stars, and even if you miss, you'll land on the moon. So, you know, think big, but be specific, right? So, you know, oh, I want to be president, I want to be an actor, I want to be a professional athlete, I want to be a astronaut, I want to whatever, I want to be a Rhodes Scholar, I want to be a valedictorian at Harvard, I don't know, whatever. But you got to be super specific and super passionate and have super big dreams. And people don't like when other people are that way, because it reminds them of their own shortcomings, their own flaws and everything. And I think they also say, like, oh, this is too hard, you know, I don't want to work that hard. Good. I'm glad you don't, because that's just an opportunity for me, because the harder you work, the more successful you're going to be. And the faster you work, the quicker you're going to get at it. You know, achieve it. The quicker you're going to achieve it. And, you know, I don't know, I kind of lost my train of thought there for a second. Anyways, but yeah, you just have to grind, and never stop, and never let anyone get in your way, and, you know, be very, very, very specific. So, all right, guys, enough ranting for a moment. Anyways, I'm gonna go work out, chest day, so bench. So you got bench, dumbbell press, military press. No, I don't know what I'm thinking. I can't even think. It's too early. Anyway, every day, guys, trying to be stronger, smarter, richer, funnier. So subscribe, share, comment, like. Let's get to work.